course, they're really revolutionaries.
Don't come any closer. What do you want?
We want to see a man named Lenin.
Get back! I said get back! Don't come any closer! I said get back! That is an order! Do as you are told!
All we want is to hear him speak.
I told you to get back!
There he is. I've seen a picture of him. That's him. That's Lenin!
They're comrades, crushed but full of hope. All they want is a few words and then they'll go away satisfied.
I could speak to them.
Radek is the best choice. You can explain why I can't speak to them and send them away.
Comrades! Comrades! Quiet, everyone. Let's listen. I am Karl Radek of the Polish Social Democratic Party. Where's Lenin? Where is Lenin? We want to hear Lenin speak. Lenin is on his way to Russia to start a world revolution. But listen, Lenin is on a train that is extraterritorial. He has given his word that he will not speak in Germany, and he must stick to this promise. It's as if he were beyond the borders of this country.
There's enough bloodshed! Throw down the arms!
They've murdered our sons, our husbands.
This war has to be stopped! We want peace!
We want peace! That's just what we're going to tell our Russian brothers! Throw down your arms! Kick out the imperialist warmongers! Put an end to this fratricide! And fight the only fight worth fighting! The one against the enemies of the people!
What do you think he's doing? Has he lost his senses?
Cry out in rebellion! Long live socialism! Long live the revolution! Long live Lenin!
No.
Stop it! Stop it!
Long
David!
live the revolution! Long live!
Do you know what you're doing? Are you crazy?
Comrades! Turn what you have voiced into action! Throw out the militarists! Kick out that puppet, the Kaiser!
Stop it! You're going too far.
That's enough, Radek!
What?
Are you mad?
The escort are coming back.
Quiet! Stop that shouting! There are military personnel amongst that rabble. Silence!
Put that gun away at once.
Volodya, don't go, please. Get inside. Everybody get inside. Do as I tell you. inside.
Load your weapons!
Down, loud, up!
I want the names of all those who shouted out against the Kaiser and his officers.
Do you want news of this incident to reach Berlin, you idiot? Get inside! Get this train moving!
Ruddick takes
Stay
it into
in
his
your
hot head to hold a
compartment.
political rally.
Comrade
Never else would
Abramovich,
we
there's
think
no
about
point
it.
in
Don't
fighting.
we matter
Now,
on this train?
get back inside.
Sergeant! Don't make a report.
Yes, sir.
I'll deal with it personally.
Yes, sir.
You just forget the whole thing! That's an order!
Yes, sir.
Where's the train with the Russians?
It's on its way. It's all over. Those people are just looking for an excuse to blow some of our heads off. Come on, let's go.
Platten! I have to talk to you. You are responsible for the behavior of these people, and you have failed in your duty.
I humbly ask your forgiveness, Major. It won't happen again, I promise.
If it does, you'll be arrested immediately, and I shall report to my superiors and have the whole mission suspended!
Zinoviev.
I'm in full agreement with you, Richard. The mission should be suspended.
Of course it should not. I only said that to make them believe it.
But they've broken the agreement.
I obey my superiors, and you will obey me. You were about to cause a catastrophe. Take more care, or you'll be the one to get arrested.
Hey, don't use up all the water.
We've divided it fairly, so don't start nitpicking, Comrade Levitsky.
Make yourself some tea. I wouldn't want to pick your nits.
Heaven be praised. Who knows what else I might catch?
You obviously had a careful upbringing.
Do you mind? I'd like to drink my tea in peace.
Lenin wants you. Lenin wants you.
In Zurich, we threw a certain Oscar Bloom off the train, Radek. The general feeling was that he could put this entire endeavor at risk, but we hadn't reckoned with you, had we, Radek? I had a feeling about you back in Krakow. And I was right. A warning bell went off in my head. Stupidly, I ignored it, charmed by your youthful exuberance. But whose side are you on, Radek? Are you a dedicated revolutionary? Or are you in the pay of the provisional government, bent on betraying me and destroying our mission? Do you want us to get to Petrograd, Radek, or do you want to wipe us out? Or is he simply a dangerous lunatic, a madman? I don't need such people around me!
Please, calm down. Volodya, you shouldn't get so excited.
I'd like your opinion, Nadia. What do you think?
Comrade Radek behaved as an individualist. Such conduct is contrary to party policy and is therefore inadmissible.
I got carried away. I found myself in front of a crowd of Germans. Germans who wanted revolution. And I was wrong. I confess. I confess.
On account of Radek, the Germans may back out of the agreement and put us all in a prison camp.
What were you doing while he was talking to them?
I tried to stop him. I could see what was happening, but he took no notice of me.
That's a barefaced lie.
You were like a man possessed.
The truth is, you kept your mouth shut until I'd finished.
I beg to differ. I think this clearly demonstrates that Comrade Radek's political preparation is inadequate.
So yours is better, huh? You're nothing but a flunky.
I don't want to hear about your personal differences. You're on the Central Committee. What do you suggest?
With the deepest regret, I propose that, in the interests of the party, Radek be expelled and get off the train at the next stop.
Nadia?
I agree with Zinoviev. Radek must understand that however painful it is for us, we have no choice. I don't think that he should be expelled from the party, necessarily. And if we should decide that he must get off the train, it must be in Sweden, because here in Germany he would be arrested as a deserter from the Austro-Hungarian army.
Inessa, what about you?
Before we condemn Radek, I think we ought to ask who leaked the information. How did that crowd know we were on this train?
That's a good point.
That was far more serious.
Well, who was it?
Must have been Platten.
How can you be so sure?
The crowd, the German comrades, came from the canteen, the station buffet. Radek stayed on the train. Platten was the only one to go there. Why not ask him?
We can't accuse Platten. We need him.
In that case, I'd like to terminate this inquiry by observing that Zinoviev made no attempt to silence Radek until the situation got out of hand. Indeed, to begin with, were you not an eager and attentive sympathizer? Go on, comrade. Admit it. Platten is at fault for divulging secret information, Radek for spreading it, and Zinoviev for not preventing him. And I'm at fault too, because I was there, and I too got caught up in the emotion of those Germans who seemed to symbolize world revolution. Well, Comrade Lenin, I suppose the only one beyond reproach was Nadia.
Radek, you seem to have found yourself a good lawyer.
Inessa's a true comrade.
I heard the Major say he wanted no report made.
The captain didn't agree and they argued, but the Major won. Comrades, I know we're all nervous and tired, but I won't stand for any more of these incidents. Comrades, I propose that when we reach Petrograd, Comrade Armand becomes a member of the Central Committee. You and Ines are a constant proof how far behind women we men are. I judged Radek too hastily, though he did go too far this time. He's necessary, just as Platon is, even Zinoviev, despite the way he's made. You know, men like these are all I've had to build with for most 20 years.
I was the one who talked too much. I didn't think.
The incident's closed. Platon, come in, sit down.
This is for a good Swiss comrade.
Go on. Good.
Zinoviev. A comrade is more than a friend. More than a brother. Isn't that right, Zinoviev?
You've no right to preach to me, Radek.
That was a dirty trick.
I did my duty as a Bolshevik, Radek.
Oh, that's just an excuse.
You're being childish.
Stop it, both of you. Zinoviev, you're being ridiculous.
I don't hide behind the skirts of anyone's favorite.
Favorite? What kind of books do you read?
Whose favorite, huh? Say the name.
You! How dare you insult Comrade
Comrade
Armand?
David,
Take
what
your
are you
hands
doing?
off me, boy.
I'd throw you
Stop it.
both off the train if I
Stop
could.
it!
Apologize
David!
to her.
David! Come here.
If Comrade Lenin gets to hear about this, may you die of shame.
You know, it's true what Lenin said. We do carry the stink of the bourgeoisie with us.
Inessa,
Leave me alone, please.
We're cowards. Yet it wouldn't be difficult. All it takes is courage.
Courage? For what?
To get rid of him.
Who? Lenin?
He carries a plague that'll destroy us all in the end. It's better to lose.
Lose?
The war. A military defeat wouldn't be the end of the world. Look what we did to France 47 years ago, and they still stamped out socialism, and that's how they were able to rise again. Our greatest enemy today is that man. He must be killed. Just think. We could do it for our country. and I.
Give me your pistol.
You can't ask that of an officer.
Do as you're told. If you cause trouble, I shall have to report you.
So it's true. The trumpets of success do give one sleepless nights. Excuse me.
I'm not a member of the Central Committee yet, if that's what you're referring to.
You will be. Nadia will back you up. There's only one party for her, a certain party called Lenin. And whatever Lenin wants.
Inessa, if I'm the reason you won't come and sit down, I apologize. Forgive me.
I have had enough of personal differences.
Agreed. We must be united for what lies ahead.
You mean you will vote for my nomination to the Central Committee?
Certainly.
Thank you, Zenobia. May I sit here? I need a little fresh air.
The first payments have arrived. Half to Stockholm and half to Copenhagen. And I think the...
Dr. Helfand. Who does this Lenin think he is? At least he could show himself at the window and greet his German comrades.
He's obeying my instructions. We don't want to sound a lot of fanfares about this train and give the advantage to our political enemies.
Do you think they could arrest him when he gets to Petrograd?
I don't know.
Shoot him, maybe?
I don't know what that amateur Kerensky and his gang are up to.
And if they did, what would you do?
I should try again. With someone else. Trotsky, perhaps.
You could try immediately. Trotsky's coming back from America, so there would be no problems with German trains or matters of treason.
But Lenin is Lenin.
Will he be willing to take orders?
Well, the man's no fool. He knows it was I who put him on that train, and that I can take him off it again whenever I choose, because of certain factors. How would you describe them?
Decisive.
The financial side, you understand.
Oh.
Anyway, why should he disobey me? I'm giving him his beloved Russia and his moujiks. But, dear comrades, as soon as the revolution spreads to Germany, then the time will have come for us to travel. A great deal.
Mother, are we in Russia?
No, I wish we were. We're near Berlin.
When are we going to get there?
There, you see? That's Berlin. Then we go up here to the sea.
There? Mother, what's the sea like?
Remember the lake in Zurich? Well, the sea's much bigger. Very wide. We have to cross it in a ship.
A big ship?
Yes. And it takes us up to Sweden. Here. This is a city called Stockholm. There we get another train which takes us up, almost to the North Pole. And then down again. And here we are at last in Russia, where everybody is going to be so good.
Russia. How will I know when we're in Russia?
You'll see lots of tall, thin trees with blotchy white trunks. What are they?
The silver birches.
Then you'll know we are in Russia.
No mercy? Why?
The Tsar must be tried and executed. There's no doubt about that.
We Russians were brought up to love the Tsar, especially the peasants, and this has to be taken into account.
Exactly. Look at what the French did to their king. Executed him because he was guilty. That way there was no turning back.
The when and wherefores of a similar sentence will be suitably evaluated by Lenin.
Hey! You're almost expatriated.
It's not usually so easy to cross borders.
I believe we'll be stopping in Berlin for a few hours. Can you smell Clarissa's scent yet?
I will not have you talking like that of the lady I intend to marry.
I have the utmost respect for such a splendid creature. The widow of a courageous officer who would rather work with the Red Cross in a military hospital than attend each and every high society gathering. No, my friend, she has all my respect, and I envy you being able to see her.
I'm not getting off this train.
You don't want to see Clarissa?
A German officer never goes anywhere unarmed. When an officer's revolver is taken away, it means that he is under arrest awaiting court-martial.
Major von Planitz.
Captain von Buren.
Mr. Brummer, Mr. Titan, Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
Sir?
Thank you very much.
Where is he?
The last window over there. What are our orders?
For the moment, just to wait. So, that's him. Strange face, like some bandit chief. Where's he from? Mongolia?
Simbirsk.
Where the hell's that?
Oh, somewhere up the Volga.
How's he been behaving?
Impeccably.
They would like to know if he'd be willing to have an exchange of ideas.
On the train, Colonel?
No. I think we might suspend this extraterritorial charade for a while.
Excuse me. Platten! Would you mind joining us a minute?
Visitors to the zoo. They'll be throwing nuts at us in a minute.
They'd like to speak to you. Unofficially.
I'll accept on one condition. Part of us must not take part in the meeting. We mustn't even know it's taking place.
But that changes things. It compromises everything.
It would compromise everything to do otherwise.
Why? I don't understand.
I cannot arrive in Stockholm with Parvus leading me on the end of a rope.
What if the Germans decide to back Parvus instead of you?
They'd be wrong. Go on, comrade, get going.
Is that exactly what he said?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Word for word, sir.
Oh. I'll pass on the message. Major?
Colonel. Excuse me.
It's enough, children.
Mummy,
Oh, why
want to
can't we
play.
please?
Go outside.
Major, could we let the children out to run around a bit? It's like a prison here.
I don't see why not. You can all calm down,
Thank you.
but stay close to the train. The people are coming out. Keep an eye on them.
Yes, sir.
This is not invention, Colonel. I have seen it with my own eyes.
Any problem, Colonel?
Captain von Buring has been telling me something very startling, Major. According to him, this Ulyanov should not be allowed to reach his country of origin.
Captain von Buring has been under a lot of strain lately, Colonel. Certain pamphlets signed by Ulyanov were distributed in his unit at the battlefront.
To be precise, a pacifist manifesto denouncing the Kaiser, the army...
I tried to explain to him that Ulyanov's subversion will damage his own country more than ours, just as High Command intends it to. They know what they're doing. I apologize for wasting your precious time, Colonel.
Gentlemen.
For God's sake, you're behaving like a madman. Stop it! Remember, you're a German officer.
I request 2 hours leave of absence.
What for? Clarissa?
What else? We have to make arrangements for the wedding.
I should put you on report. But at last you're making sense. Give her my regards.
I hope you'll be my best man.
Semmelweisstraße. And hurry.
Is it him? Yes, madam.
Where is he?
In the front hall.
Show him into my sitting room. Take that away and freshen it up.
Yes, madam.
I thought he was at the front.
So did I. Creep out. Quickly, please. Hurry. I'll see you.
Madam will be here presently.
Clarissa, darling. How lovely you are. You've been constantly in my thoughts.
And you in mine. Poor darling, always you look so weary. Like you never slept. What a war. I was just about to have breakfast. Join me. There's coffee, something to eat, marmalade, honey.
What luxurious things. Just like when we were children.
When we stole the cakes together.
Things don't change round here. How'd you do it?
Forget about the war. Don't you want to kiss me?
Clarissa, I'm sorry. I'm not myself. I need your help at once. It's very important. I want you to speak to your uncle for me. He's an intimate friend of Minister von Bergen.
So what?
Well, I need to meet him.
Ah, you'd like to have an appointment with the minister, is that it?
I must see him at once before the train leaves Berlin.
What train?
I have only an hour and a half. That is all.
All right. All right. I'll telephone him now. Have some breakfast. Uncle is making an appointment with the minister for you now. He'll call back in a little while. What's the matter, darling? Ulrich, what is it? Ulrich. Ulrich! Tell me, where are you going?
The truth. The truth. Sooner or later, we all find out the truth.
Ulrich!
Shall I take another way, sir?
Why? What's happening?
Another bloody demonstration. The working class.
See our wounds. Anyone who goes on strike while there's a war on is a traitor.
We are the people. Respect us.
You respect your officers. Repeat that. Repeat what you just said, if you dare. Get back or I'll shoot!
Aren't you cold?
I prefer the cold to the smell in that train.
You didn't have much to say in the discussion about the Tsar.
You want to know if he should be condemned to death?
Yes.
He's responsible for the deaths of a great many Russians.
But we're not like him. We can't do what he did.
No. We're different, of course. Lenin says we're all corrupted by capitalism and it will take generations to change us. To be different, the words must be changed.
The words?
I was thinking of Radek. We were discussing about what he did. And I suddenly realized it was a trial. And he accepted it. He admitted his mistake. He said, "I confess. I confess." Do you see what it means? Why did he use that word? A political mistake is something you admit. You don't confess to it. You confess to a crime, to a murder, not a mistake. Oh, never mind.
Do you think they've arrested him?
Perhaps he has to meet someone.
But the car isn't going anywhere.
Then obviously someone is inside it.
But who could it be?
Someone important, with the power to make decisions. A minister, possibly.
Maybe they want to be certain that Lenin will make peace.
Perhaps.
I wonder what he'll say.
He will tell them that he is not in power in Russia, but that he will, however, fight for peace in the interests of his country.
Isn't that a commitment?
No, it's a declaration of principle that our socialism has always sustained.
Yes, I know, that's always been Lenin's position. But I have a feeling they may make him agree to commit himself. You'll see.
Anyway, I don't believe that is a subject of their discussion.
What are they talking about there?
Your compatriot Stalin held up banks for the party.
Money. You're not trying to tell me that he'd soil his hands with German bribes?
Wouldn't you soil your hands for the revolution? Take up arms?
I tried and I failed, but at least there was no mistaking the enemy. I can't see him holding out his hands for capitalist contributions.
Revolution is expensive, Comrade Zulyashvili.
No! No!
It was conjecture. Maybe I'm mistaken.
You are mistaken.
Probably.
What do you really think of him?
Why do you ask?
Comrade Armand, sometimes you are strange. As though you are thinking of other things.
Sometimes I think about my children. Is that strange? The eldest is almost your age.
Back on the train! Officer, you may take your men away now. They have no further need of us. In a few hours, they'll be on the boat to Sweden. My God. What happened to you?
Nothing.
You were attacked? By whom? Speak up, man. You can't walk around in that state.
I must rejoin my unit. I have to go back to my men.
Yes, of course, but...
I must get back to the front.
What happened?
I'm not mad. I just require your help. I need your authorization.
I understand, but what happened?
I must get back to my men.
Lenin will be in Stockholm tomorrow and they're expecting us. So, please hurry.
Yes.
Can't see the coast anymore. Goodbye, Germany.
As soon as we set foot in Stockholm, go to the post office and send a cable to our comrades in Petrograd to say we're almost there.
And if it's intercepted by government agents?
Address it to Maria at my brother-in-law's place. She'll mobilize the party.
Which of you is Mr. Ulyanov?
I am.
A telegram, sir.
Dr. Helfand, alias Parvus, sends his warmest greetings and reminds us of his import-export address in Stockholm, should we need it.
The gentleman always thinks of everything.
He could cause problems.
We've managed to slip our heads out of his noose. He doesn't know it yet. Officer, what do the Swedish newspapers say about the Eastern Front?
Very bloody. There's news of mass desertions among the Russian troops.
Thank you.
Sir.
They're at the end of their tether. The situation could explode any minute.
The provisional government can't cope. They may be forced to pull out of the war.
I hope not. They must try to keep going. If they make peace, it will weaken our position considerably. No, peace is one of our strongest weapons.
That's right. Let's hope it never occurs to Milyukov and Kerensky.
It won't. They have neither the courage nor the imagination to shake off the shackles of that classic tool of oppression. Patriotism.
Fire! Arms!
These are the minister's cars.
Colonel Trubusky, Your Excellency. Deserters, Your Excellency. They turn against their officers, and subversive pamphlets were found in their kit bags. Go. Your Excellency.
Come in! Shut! In! Out! Excellency. These men were from one of the best regiments in my division.
Was it a real mutiny, General?
Yes, they were incited to it by those damn Bolsheviks. They fired on their officers and killed a captain. That's why I have ordered that they be shot immediately, as you have seen, Your Excellency.
What are you going to do with these people?
These men were not involved in the mutiny. They just disobeyed orders at the front. However, Your Excellency, it is my intention to pick out some of them and shoot them as an example.
No. We are a democracy. We want soldiers, not more corpses to bury.
I have it on the best authority that in France, when there were mutinies among the troops, the culprits were shot, and it did wonders for discipline, Your Excellency.
We don't need lessons in civilized behavior, not even from the French. Have those armed guards withdrawn. I'll speak, even to the mutineers.
Your Excellency, you can't do that.
Can the legendary patriotism of the Russian soldier have dissolved so fast? Soldiers! Come over here. Come to me. I want to speak to you here in front of me. Officers, don't you understand? I want to have my soldiers here in front of my car. Please. You too. Come. Come over here. I want to speak to you, soldiers, too. Gather round. Soldiers, I understand your problems. Even you, men charged with disobedience. I speak to all of you. Get up, come over, come here. You will not be punished. You will get back your uniforms, and you will fight again with honor. Soldiers, I give you my word that when Russia has won this war, all class privilege will be abolished, and you all will enjoy a new freedom. Reforms will be made, and the newly established government will create laws defending the rights of man so long ignored by the Tsarist regime. I'm a socialist who spent his life fighting injustice. And that gives me the right to ask you to defend your homeland against its hated enemy, the Hun! Hurrah! 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 Hurrah!
Head of the Bolsheviks has left Germany and is now in Stockholm.
I know Ulyanov well. We grew up in the same town. My father taught him to write. His brother was an irresponsible saboteur. He's irresponsible too. I wouldn't worry. Let him come to Russia. He's already condemned himself by his own hand.
Who's paying for all this?
Our Swedish comrades, I guess.
Comrade Lenin, our Swedish comrades offer you some refreshment.
How was the journey?
Well, in Germany, we did have some problems. There was no food.
He'll bite you.
It's been ages since I've eaten like this.
This food tastes so good.
We had to decide so fast.
While you're here, I'd like you to send this off. Ah, hold on, hold on, hold on. You take that one, and you take this one.
Let me have these.
Here, the people really.
But there's nothing we've done already, is there?
What a beautiful room. What lovely perfume. Do you think they would miss it if I popped it in my bag?
Shame on you. How can you even think of it?
All right. I was only joking.
May I? Use this.
Oh, not necessary. Nearly all grey now.
I'm starting to find one or two myself.
Elodia's sister says that I look like a fish. She calls me the herring. Oh, no, not a herring.
Lenin's sister should know better than to say such stupid things. You have a beautiful smile, though we rarely see it.
Maybe she wanted him to marry a younger woman. And your children? Do they know you're coming home?
I couldn't even warn them. I don't know when I'll be able to see them.
Vladimir Ilyich, Dr. Helfand has asked me to conduct you to him.
David. If I were photographed in a car like this. In you get, Radek.
It's been my lifelong ambition.
I need someone reliable here in Stockholm.
I'm devoted to you and the cause, Comrade Lenin. You can count on me.
Well, now's your chance to prove it.
Go.
Vladimir Ilyich, on behalf of all of us, I must tell you, even if you refuse to travel in luxury cars, you must get a new pair of boots, and soon.
But I'm rather fond of these.
Those trousers have got to go.
It's new boots. The trousers didn't look so bad before.
Oh, that mending I did Valodia, it looks terrible.
And they're much too long. I think we'd better go to another department. Hmm?
Ah, beautiful material.
What about a jacket, Vladimir Ilyich? We've spent very little money, so I suggest...
I'm not going to Russia to take them the latest fashion in menswear.
Come in. You again. Where's Lenin?
He didn't come.
Well, when is he coming?
He's not, Barbas.
Why? Won't the gentleman from Simborsk come and see me in person? He was at my side throughout that last attempt at revolution. We used to be friends. What's changed?
You've changed, Barbas. You're a German now. A successful wheeler-dealer with expensive tastes. Champagne, orgies. Lucky you.
You seem to forget that for years I emptied my wallet in supporting revolutionary groups in exile, my dear comrade.
If you're honest, and recall your youthful passion for politics, disappear. You're no longer credible as a revolutionary. If you don't mind my saying so, having you around is hardly going to help us make a good impression on the people.
And Lenin tells me this now, after I've taken him out of mothballs? Why didn't he tell me before? Ah, of course, I understand. First he had to get here. Does he think he can manage without money?
Of course not. He needs it for the organization.
And where's he going to find it?
Perhaps you haven't understood. The Germans have dropped you, Parvis. You won't be getting any money from them now.
It's already here. In Stockholm and in Copenhagen.
But not in your name.
What do you mean?
Phone the bank and check. Lenin's very sorry to have to do this to you, believe me. But he has no choice.
You stupid fools. You've destroyed my life's work! My masterpiece! It's you. You stood between Lenin and me, you insignificant clown. Vermin from the ghettos of Krakow, behaving like a Jesuit. And what do you mean, orgies? How dare you? Unlike women? Is that an offense against the revolution? I've always treated them well. Ask them. What you don't realize is that if it wasn't for me, my expertise, my diplomacy, my knowledge of finance, Lenin would never be able to succeed. Where would you be now if it wasn't for me? Look, I want you to talk to Lenin. Just make him see how much he needs me. I have to be with him. Explain to him how useful I can be. I have a right to be there with the rest of you.
Lenin will not turn his back on you. But you must remain in the background.
Mm-hmm. In the background. But as an equal, politically speaking.
No. I represent Lenin here. You will be answerable to me.
No, I'll never agree to that.
I think you'll change your mind. Are you staying here?
No, I'm coming with you.
Have a good trip, comrades. Give Petrograd my regards.
Why didn't you come with us?
I found myself as a Swedish girl who's mad for me. She wants to get married.
Marry you? She must be mad.
Lied.
More likely she's old and fat and rolling in money.
So Radek can settle down with no more worries.
You're just envious, comrades. Goodbye, Inessa. Dear comrade. Comrades! 3 cheers for Radek! Hooray! Hooray! Hooray!
Volodya, are you all right?
Nadia.
What can we do? Have we a doctor on the train?
He doesn't want anyone to know.
He must have help. I'll see if I can find someone.
Didn't you hear what I said? He would never forgive us.
What's happening?
He's ill.
Nadia. If I don't get to Petrograd,
What do you say, Volodya?
tell the comrades. All power to the Soviets.
Yes, of course I will. But keep calm. Don't worry. Keep calm. Keep calm. Lift his head.
Soviet of soldiers and peasants.
Keep calm. Water. There. Now. Don't you ever dare mention this to anyone.
There are fields like this in Poland. Do you know what they call them in Polish? Blon. Lenin called me Blonny. We used to go for long walks in the country. With Nadia, of course.
Did you find out what happened?
What are you talking about?
Whether he...
Excuse me?
Whether he took money from the Germans.
He's taken it from others, even Parvis, when it's been necessary. We talked about it once, and he told me it's meaningless. If you don't understand, if you don't think it's meaningless, you still have time to turn back. Think about it, comrade.
How is he?
He's all right. Thank you.
Just some ideas. What do you think? Which one?
The second?
Do you still play the piano?
The Appassionata.
You preferred the Pathétique. We had some arguments about that.
Like the ones about free love. We never agreed.
I agreed. You convinced me that women shouldn't marry for security, only for love.
What's the point of a union where love no longer exists?
Liberty in love is a bourgeois concept. It doesn't belong to the proletariat. That's politics in essence. Nadia. We were trying to decide on a new name for the party. 3 suggestions. What do you think?
I prefer the second.
So do we.
David, call everyone for a meeting.
Comrades! Comrades, out here. Comrade Lenin wants to talk to you. Comrades, out here. Comrade Lenin wants to speak to you.
Sit on the floor. I want to see your faces. Comrades, I have something important to tell you that must remain between us until we reach our destination. The party has a new name. Until now, we've called ourselves Bolshevik Social Democrats, but this is no longer a description of who we are or what we stand for. We are not petty bourgeois Democrats, nor are we even social chauvinists. There's a phrase of Engels that seems to apply directly to us. True political parties never have a denomination that fits them perfectly because the party develops, while the name remains the same. Comrades, we are not social democrats, and we never will be again. Comrades, we are the Bolshevik Communist Party.
French wine from the Swedish comrades! Let's toast the party!
Thank you. Vanessa?
Allons enfants de la patrie, le jour de gloire est arrivé. Contre nous de la tyrannie, l'étendard sanglant élevé, l'étendard sanglant élevé. Entendez-vous dans les campagnes mugir les féroces soldats qui viennent jusque dans nos bras, égorger nos fils et nos compagnes. Aux armes, citoyens, aux mains.
I thought I'd lost this.
I found it in the bottom of a drawer when I was packing. Just put it in my purse.
29. That's when they sent you to Siberia. But we have come through, Nadia.
That's not me anymore.
We're none of us getting any younger.
You don't change, Volodya.
We're nearing the Finnish border. One of the Swedish officers just told me that the Western newspapers are full of stories about us.
I know.
Apparently, the French press reports that the provisional government has already put us on trial. Do you think it's true?
Nadia, shall we go? Go on.
Do you think we should notify our comrades of the real situation?
We can't turn back now.
What do you suppose the accusations are?
The worst, probably.
Switzerland is a long way behind us now.
Exactly.
Passengers leaving Antonio, get on the train! Come on, hurry up! Get on board! On board! You people from the Swedish border, into the shed! Into the shed for customs clearance! This way! You people on the train, hurry up! Hurry up! Go on, get a move on! This way!
We are back in Great Mother Russia.
A few days ago, I was selling books in Geneva. Now here I am in Russia, with my comrades, and Lenin. Oh, ready to change the world, and give freedom and equality to all. Huh?
Come on inside, get your documents ready. You haven't been accepted into Russia yet.
I am Russian.
Remove your coats and jackets. If you have weapons, you must surrender them. I repeat, all weapons must be surrendered. All foreign currency must be handed in. Got it? All weapons and foreign currency must be handed in.
He's not carrying any guns. Please stop it. Don't.
British officers, careful.
Which one of you is Ulyanov?
I am.
His papers? Vladimir Ilyich Ulyanov. Why do they call you Lenin?
My friends like it.
What does it mean?
It's a nickname.
What's the reason for it?
You'll have heard of a boxer called James Corbett. Well, he's known as Gentleman Jim, isn't he? My name's like that.
You mean Lenin means gentleman?
Roughly translated.
Occupation?
Journalist.
Religion?
Russian Orthodox.
Practicing?
When I can.
Political convictions?
In England, I don't believe I would be obliged to answer that.
You refuse to answer?
Social Democrat.
So, you have no quarrel with the present government?
No.
Then in Petrograd, why are they collecting evidence against you?
That's what I intend to find out.
Vladimir Ilyich? They don't want to let me in.
He's Swiss.
Switzerland is a neutral country.
Our orders are to allow only Russians through.
Mr. Platten has a right to enter Russia. He was arrested by the Tsar's police and let out on bail. He wants that money back. We'll guarantee for him, won't we, comrades?
This man cannot enter Russia without written permission from the Foreign Ministry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too, Vladimir Ilyich. Great things await you, and I didn't want to miss them.
We'll never forget what you did for us. As soon as I'm able, I'll get you that permit so you can join us in Petrograd.
We'll meet again.
Mama, the silver birches.
think Ines has managed to shove Nadia out of the picture?
She puts up with everything. No strength of character, Nadia.
There are mounted soldiers on the line.
Soldiers on a horse.
Carrying the man of politics called Lenin? I want the truth, or you'll all be put off. Who sent you? The Russian people. I want to speak to Lenin. What do you want? Is it you who wants Russia to surrender to Germany?
Comrade officer, I want no more Russians slaughtered at the front on behalf of profiteers.
Our duty is clear. We must wipe out the Germans once and for all.
They've already lost the war. If not today, then tomorrow. Russian soldiers must live to return home and join the revolution. If you don't understand that, how can you say you represent the Russian people? Or did you appoint yourself to speak for them? Ask the farmhands what they want. Ask the workers what they want. The farmhands want the land, the workers the factories. Your own men, but not as an officer, as a comrade. Go on! Petrograd, go on! To Petrograd, go on!
Reinforce the organization by mobilizing the press. No point in programs no one gets to hear about. I've made a note of your proposal to create a sector dedicated to female comrades and the recruitment of women. You've always fought for emancipation. It's been an obsession of yours for years, hasn't it? What do you say?
Yes, I think Inessa should be in charge of that sector.
The Central Committee will decide that.
At last, we are now on a Russian train. And with Russian comrades. Here we are. Tonight, we arrive in Petrograd together. Remember what tonight is, Russian brothers.
Easter!
Easter! Easter!
Easter at last.
And it's also Passover. It must be fate. Abramovich, it's a pity you don't celebrate it.
I'll celebrate our arrival in Petrograd.
Let's not start celebrating.
Are you sad?
I was thinking of my mother. How much she would have liked to return to Russia. I couldn't even bring her ashes with me.
Why not?
Volodya said there wasn't time to go and collect them. We were so busy.
You will one day.
Yes. Yes, of course.
The Swiss customs would have confiscated them anyway.
I have absolute faith in you.
I'll do my best.
You won't be able to dedicate much time to your music. I warned you, you can't cultivate two passions at the same time.
I seem to have heard this before. Years ago, in Paris. Only we were not talking about music.
How would one of our supporters feel if the first thing he found out was that the secretary of the Bolshevik Communist Party had left his wife for a younger woman? We know better than that, don't we, Nessa?
Where are you going to stay in Petrograd?
Nadia and I will move in with my sister to begin with. I have to talk to the comrades, excuse me.
Please gather round. Comrade Lenin wishes to speak to you. And would you get this suitcase down? It will serve as a table.
Comrades, it has reached my ears that the provisional government is planning to put us on trial as traitors because we used a German train to get here. I have made a declaration in which I state that I am prepared to go to prison and will defend the right to make the decision we took in any court in the country. I repeat, the right to use any means at our disposal to return to our homeland to take part in her destiny.
Comrades, my life's work would make no sense if I did not act this way.
Nadia and I have signed this. Those of you who wish to sign, please do so. For those of you who would rather leave now, I'll stop the train so you can get away safely. Thank you, Stocker, but you can't sign, not yet.
The Germans have a train ready for us. We can leave right away.
They will say we have copied Lenin. That we are trailing along behind him.
That's better than being left out. Lenin is about to arrive in Petrograd.
All right, all right. We'll go. But first, let's see what happens to him.
people will come to meet us.
No, it doesn't look like it.
Do you see any soldiers? Soldiers.
It's a trap. They are going to arrest us all.
We are caught in a trap.
I'm not afraid to die.
People! Workers! They're here! They are here for us!
They waited for us!
How I wish my husband were here.
There's a lot of people with red flags.
And soldiers.
Let's see what kind of a reception the provisional government have prepared for us.